Yeah, Kristen, I see you ready to dance. Glad to have y'all here today, ladies.
Yes, glad to have you.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
We got a little update on uh, today is 8/6/2025. And do you have any updates real quick before we get started on anything?
No, we tried to call Mike again. We got voicemail, so we left him another message. Hopefully, he'll get back with us, and then we can give you all an update. As of right now, we don't have one.
So we're going to keep it moving. I'm glad that thank you guys for uh, sticking around, supporting the show, even while Mike recovers. Um, we greatly appreciate it. But we're going to go ahead and get the show started. How are you doing, Diana?
I'm fantastic. Life is good. Life is good. Praying for Mike and just feeling like I think we've got lots of vibes coming his way. I think he's going to make it,
Definitely.
That's right. Well, thank you all, sheepdogs, for having us on. We appreciate this platform so much, and we're so excited to be on with you. And thank you all for keeping it going. I think that's just fabulous, and it keeps our family together. And I'm so grateful for that. My name is Kim, and I'll introduce Diana and Kristen in a minute. First, I want to express my prayers for Mike and also Mama Sheepdog and Mama Marlin. I hope everybody's healing and well, and healing. And for Marlon, send prayers for his family. And we have had a lot of requests for some review health issues for our pet families, members, and ourselves, and what products we have in our line to support those. And I want to introduce Kristen and Diana. They are known as the Mushroom Ladies. Diana is certified in holistic pet care, pet and human CBD, and Kristen is certified in mycology, and they are both certified in pet nutrition. And take it over, guys, ladies.
Wow. Thank you for that. I love it. Yeah, Mike and I mean, so many people in this community are in our prayers right now. We just have to put out healing vibrations for everybody. And Marlon also for everything that family has gone through. We wish you all fast recovery. So, this platform is important for all of you. And the fact that Mr. and Mrs. Sheepdog have kept it going is a tribute to Mike and what Mike has created. And I so appreciate the Sheepdogs for, just stepping up there and doing it. It's in his honor that you are doing that. But we also just want you to know that when you support our product line, you're supporting this platform, you're supporting Mike, you're supporting, medical bills, things like that. You could give your money to the big box stores for things that you're already buying, or you could direct it to a United States Patriot-owned company that will then benefit this community. So we do ask you to go to the TrueSeekers88pets.com. Go to the TrueSeekers88pets@gmail.com with your questions. We answer everyone's questions within 24 hours. We do our best to be here to support you, to try to figure out what you need for your pet, for your animal, whatever. So we're here to educate. We're animal lovers. We have our fur babies that we want to keep around forever, but we also need to keep ourselves healthy. And so we are going to spend a little bit of time today talking about our product line and what it can be used for. We've had lots of questions lately about that, but I'm going to start with a couple testimonials, if that's okay. This is one of my favorites. I don't know if you can see it. This is a little puppy. Look at that cute little baby. Look at this cute little baby. Let me see. There we go. That cute little baby has been on our product now for 2 years. Had a collapsed trachea. And I bring it up because it kind of just shows how things evolve. This little baby had a collapsed trachea, wasn't doing very well. Started the little pup on our special sauce and started doing really well. Well, then about 6 months later, the mother took ill, and the family called me and said, well, do you have anything that could help my mom? She's going through some stuff. And we started the mother on one of our products, and she's doing great. 2 weeks ago, I got a call that the husband wasn't doing well and had some issues going on, and they wanted to know what product we had that could help. And I just felt so blessed and thankful that they remembered to reach out to us. I mean, that to me was, they have had good response with all three family members. So why wouldn't they, right? But it just makes me feel good that they felt confident enough. We also have Meg and her husband, Robert, who have an older pup. The pup kind of lounging around a lot, kind of lazy, kind of not doing much, just a lap dog, a little floor dog, like a rug mat laying around. Well, they decided to put the dog on our Mush Puppies product because they thought maybe it would help with his movement and a few other things that were going on. And I got the cutest email from her when she said, I don't know what we've done. We've created a monster. He's like a puppy again. And he's been running all over the house. And we had visitors over the other night, and he ran into our bedroom, into our laundry room, and he got my husband's drawers out and brought them out while we had people visiting. And she said, he's like a puppy, doing all the funny little things he did as a pup. And it was such a cute little email. She goes, I'm not saying I want him to go back to the way he was, but man, it was a lot easier. But it just made me feel so cool because he feels better. So he's getting into trouble and he's doing things. And those are the best testimonials. And then this testimonial is pretty important. I think a lot of you have heard me talk about the little dachshund whose name was Flash. I met Flash when Flash was 13 years old, 7 years ago. And Flash was not doing well. We started Flash on Super Sauce. The people were so sweet and kind, and they said to me that they just weren't in a financial position to afford it. They had no idea it was only $10 a month. But I shouldn't say only, because to some people that could be a lot. And so I said to them, I'll give it to Flash every month. He was 13. I'm thinking, oh, Flash isn't going to be around that long. I'll give it to him every month. Well, 7 years went by. 7 years. Flash, they came to our house every month, beginning of the month. They would text me and they'd bring Flash to see me, and I'd give him another bag of Super Sauce, and happy to do so. In January, Flash literally was in a stroller. He wasn't walking anymore. And they would bring him to my house and then let him run down my driveway. And he just was looking so good. In May, I got a call that Flash wasn't doing well. He had just turned 20, and they were feeling like Flash might not make it much longer. And they wanted me to FaceTime with Flash and talk to Flash. I was across the country, so I couldn't see him. And I'll tell you, he died a few minutes later, and it just warmed my heart that they wanted me to talk to him, that was the impact that this company and this product line that we have has. But this is the cute part. They called me the other day to tell me they got a new puppy. His name is Dash. I love that. And Dash is also a dachshund. But they wanted to know, we have a new puppy. Is it, should we start him on the mushroom therapy? Is it too soon? And I loved that question, because so many of us think, oh, we've got a young puppy, or a child. They're healthy. They're good. They don't need anything. Well, let's talk about a young puppy. This little puppy has to build every muscle, every piece of hair, every hair follicle, every joint, every ligament, every bone. Everything has to develop in 18 months. What it takes us 25 years to do, they have to do it in 18 months. So why wouldn't we give their immune system support, so it can work better and create a better foundation? Think about that. It's like a house. When you pour the foundation, if the foundation's rock solid, the house is going to be rock solid. If the foundation isn't so good, the house is not going to be so good. Same thing with our animals. If they're young, that's the perfect time to start them on mushroom therapy, so that you can give their immune system extra support. I just love all of these testimonials. For me, they just warm my heart, and I love, please keep sending them in, because Kristen and I just get such a kick out of it. But I'm also going to share my personal story. Every time I share it on a podcast, I get a call, or I get an email, or I get a text. Our family member just got diagnosed with the big C, or a friend of ours did. Could you talk to them? Could you share your story? And even though it's repetitive, if I can just help one person every time we do a podcast, it's worth it. I was diagnosed with colon cancer in February of 2020. That was a really scary time because the world was shut down due to pandemic. I couldn't be operated on until a board voted as to whether I was worthy of being operated on. I had nothing in my toolbox except the Coriellus versicolor mushroom. I had been working with this mushroom with animals for, maybe about a year and a half at that point. I hadn't really worked with it a whole lot for humans, but I had nothing else. So, what have you got to lose, right? So I started taking 10 a day. And the reason I chose 10 was because normal dose is 1 per 50 pounds of body weight. But I've heard triple up, double up if you're treating something catastrophic. And in that case, I was treating something catastrophic. And so all that this does is support the immune system. That's all that it does. It doesn't treat, it doesn't heal, it doesn't cure. It just takes the immune system and gives the immune system extra support. 30 days later, when I had been approved for surgery, I went in for my pre-op blood work, and my oncologist called me and said I was in remission and asked me what I was doing. And when I told him the Coriellus versicolor, he said, I know nothing about that, but send me everything you have on it, which I appreciated that he wanted to see it. But it saddened me that an oncologist doesn't know about things like this. In Japan, it's an approved protocol for treatments of things like cancer. This is in Japan. Here, not so much, of course. And, the big pharma, they can't synthesize it. They can't patent it because it's from nature. And so therefore, it's not something that is recommended. I did do chemotherapy because I had an aggressive cancer that had a 40% chance of reoccurrence. But during that time, because of the studies I had seen from Sloan Kettering as to how the Coriellus versicolor mushroom actually complements chemotherapy, I did so well. If you would have seen me during chemotherapy, I didn't have that pasty white look. I wasn't depleted. I never threw up once. I didn't lose my hair. I had bad days. I'm not going to say it was rainbows and lollipops, but most of the days I looked pretty good. And what was happening was, as my body was being destroyed by chemotherapy, my body was rebuilding, repairing, replenishing, rejuvenating at record speed. So when this was all over for me 1 year later, my bone density had improved. How does that happen during chemotherapy? I was osteoporosis before and non-osteoporosis afterwards. My blood work was amazing. And like most cancer patients at the end of chemotherapy, they have to go into the rebuilding process. I didn't. I was already there. So, anybody who is dealing with something catastrophic, please reach out to us and, let's just talk about what kind of immune support we can help you with. For me, it's been pretty amazing. So I'm going to turn it over to Kristen because she has some testimonials.
I do. We have a couple of good ones for you here. The first is from my friend Carrie, who actually helps to trap cats here in Las Vegas. It's a huge problem. There are just tons of cats roaming around. And so she had trapped 3 kittens, and they couldn't go to adoptions because they all had upper respiratory issues. And normally when they have those types of issues, they'd have to do 10 days of antibiotics. And the vet visit's usually $65, and then it's $50 for the antibiotics per each kitten. So it's $115 per kitten to help them with that. Well, instead of doing that, she just put all 3 kittens on the cat special sauce. And after 4 days, not 10 days, after 4 days, all of the sneezing and the coughing went away and they were fine. With no antibiotics, no medications, no vet visits, nothing. So their own immune system was able to help fight those, whether it was an infection or a virus, whatever it was, their own immune system was able to fight that. And then Vanessa has a 9-year-old Boston Terrier that now is acting like a puppy again. And unfortunately, when she had gone to the vet, they were looking at him having thyroid issues, and his blood tests showed increased levels for his liver and some other things. Well, after taking the mush puppies and the special sauce, they did the blood work again and it came back normal. All of it came back normal.
Wow.
So she said, this is the only thing that it could be. This is the only thing that we did in between those vet visits. So that was really exciting. And then the last one I wanted to share with you is from a dear friend, Bonnie, who her husband, Richard, had been suffering with kidney stones for quite a while and actually had surgery on a 7 millimeter one to remove it. Well, he had his checkup. He's been taking the Enforce, and he takes 5 Enforce a day for a month and a half. And the 5 millimeter ones that were in the right kidney that were growing have shrunk to barely visible. And the small ones in the left kidney are completely gone. So praise God. Thank God for Pet Club 24/7 for these amazing products. He's one of the ones that is kind of skeptical. It was like, what? You think mushrooms? How is a mushroom going to help my kidney stones? So she said, he's finally believing me. And, that just goes to show how effective mushroom therapy is. And it sounds so simple. It's just a food. It's not a medicine. It's not, a cure for anything. It's no different from eating a mushroom on a salad. So how can this be so helpful for dogs and cats and horses and people? And it's because it's a food that specifically feeds the immune system. And then the immune system goes in and it repairs and rebuilds and rebalances and regulates and restores everything that's happening inside of the body. And it knows exactly what's wrong, and it knows it can go to the root cause of whatever's creating the symptoms or the conditions in the first place. And so that's why this mushroom is so powerful. And we are very blessed. We have proprietary strains, especially our Coriolis versicolor mushroom. We have a very pure and potent strain that we use. It's tested 3 times for purity. Every single batch has 3 certificates of analysis on it, because that's something that's so important. You can see a lot of mushroom supplements that are all over. You go to the store, you see them online, or you see them on social media. And unfortunately, a lot of them have not been tested for purity. And that's why people either have little results or sometimes even an adverse reaction to it. And so it's very important that you're taking a pure and potent strain. And then on top of that, we have perfected the extraction process. It took several decades, and we have perfected the extraction process. We extract it at its mycelial phase when it's still a little baby. So that's when it has the most PSP and the most PSK, which is what really helps the immune system do what it was intelligently designed to do in the first place. So we have been blessed to just take this little mushroom, this extract that we've been working with, we add it to dog treats called the Mush Puppies and the Mush Puppies Plus, which are biscuits. They're dental treats, so they're a little harder to help keep their teeth and their jaws healthy and strong, scrape off a lot of that plaque and tartar. If you do have a pet with sensitive teeth, we have the Easy Chew Mush Puppies and Mush Puppies Plus that you can get now. That's much softer for them. You saw Diana hold up the special sauce for dogs and for cats. That's my favorite thing, because it also has vitamins and minerals and antioxidants in it that they need. All of our products are pure and natural organic. We all naturally sourced. We add glucosamine, carotene, and chondroitin to help keep their hips and their joints nice and supported. We even have little pieces of hand-cut beef liver for all carnivores, really, called the Mojos. And that also has a Coriolis versicolor mushroom on it. So there are just so many fun ways that we can get it into our pet systems. For our horses, we have the mush ponies, which are horse cakes. These are also great for larger dogs that are practically the size of horses, or maybe more severe or serious health concerns and they need more of the Coriolis versicolor mushroom. That's a lot more cost effective for you, because this mushroom is no different from eating a mushroom on a salad. It doesn't interact with any medications or treatments. You can't get addicted. You can't overdose. There aren't any side effects. As a matter of fact, especially if you have some concerns, the more that you get into the system, the faster, the better it does for the immune system. So the immune system can start modulating itself and start regulating and rebalancing what's happening inside of the body. And so There are so many different ways. Don't worry if you're a human and you want to get the same strain of Coriolis versicolor, you don't have to eat the dog treats unless you want to. They're all human grade, whole foods made in human grade kitchens, no different from cookies you or I would make in our own kitchen. But we do have some mushroom capsules and tablets that are available for people as well. We have the Enforce, which is the green bottle. That's what Diana took when she was dealing with her issue. When I had my autoimmune condition, that's what I was taking, was the green bottle. And within 5.5 months, my autoimmune condition was gone. And we also have the Enforce Plus, which is the yellow bottle. And that's the Coriolis versicolor mushroom, plus a little bit of reishi, which is an alkalinizing mushroom. Very helpful for cholesterol management or regulating blood pressure levels or blood sugar levels. We also have the Enforce Restore, which is the red bottle. This is a different type of mushroom called the maitake mushroom that's really helpful for liver and pancreas support. Then we have the blue bottle, which is the Enforce Clarity. I love this. It's the lion's mane mushroom, and this is helpful for nerve and brain support. And the reason why I love this so much is because we're seeing a huge rise in cases of neuropathy, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, seizures. And there are so many studies done on the lion's mane mushroom and how it helps to support nerve and brain function. And so it's helping with a lot of those conditions. Even just if you're trying to maintain healthy weight, that's the lion's mane mushroom is helpful for that. And then our new one that I absolutely love is the Enforce Shield. That's the orange bottle. This is a shiitake mushroom that's really great for cardiovascular support. It's a good source of natural vitamin D, and it has a lot of antioxidants and antiviral properties to it. So those complementary mushrooms work really well along with the Coriolis versicolor mushroom. If you do have some specific concerns that you want to address, you can actually take those together and they'll work together in a synergy. But once you've seen what we've seen over the last 8 years, and you'll really know that we're a part of the restoration of creation. That I have this new saying: if nature didn't make it, don't take it.
I like that.
If nature didn't make it, don't take it. And God has given us everything that we need, just growing abundantly out in nature. And all we have to do is feed those proper foods to the body so that the body is able to function how it was supposed to function.
Yes.
It's like they said, doctors aren't healers, they're dealers.
Right?
I never heard that.
Yeah, we got a new one. But if it's not from nature, don't take. I love it. Yes.
Well, Kristen and Diana, I love hearing those testimonies and the stories about the products. Thank you for sharing those. Well, the Coriolis versicolor mushroom has so many benefits. First, let me tell you about my testimony too, since I love testimonies. I think it was 2019, I was diagnosed with a pituitary tumor. I've always been into alternative health things, so I was doing things to try to shrink it or slow it down or something. And I had three more MRIs, and they were 6 months apart, and each one of them showed growth. Well, in January of 24, I learned about the Enforce, and I started taking it. I was taking 8 capsules a day. And then my next MRI was scheduled 2.5 months later, and there was no growth. Hallelujah. Another 6 months later, another one, no growth. Another one 6 months later, no growth. And I think I'm due again fairly soon. And it's important that it doesn't grow because it's pressing on my optic nerve. And if it continues to do that, then, that's a possibility of it rupturing and there being blindness. So we're not going to even discuss that anymore. That's not going to happen. We're going to start shrinking. But anyway, that's, I think that's a pretty good testimony, and I'm happy about it. And we also have 2 sort of new products for children. The chocolate chip cookies, which I indulged in today. I'm not going to tell you how many I ate. And they were so good, I had to make myself stop. And then the gummies. And they're both 100% natural and kid approved. Our gummy is the first gummy to have no corn syrup or artificial flavoring. And we flavor it with raspberry puree. Yummy, yum. And the cookies are so good and all natural again. Each gummy and each cookie can provide the immune support for our little ones as they are heading back to school. We have countless testimonies of people saying that their kids have not had the normal sickness that kids get since they've been doing mushroom therapy. So, well, now let's talk about coffee. Yum, yum. Our coffee is so good. It's organic mushroom coffee. It has, here's some of the statistics of regular coffee. They are the most chemicals that you can get into your body is from coffee. Most non-organic coffee has mold, pesticides, fungicides, sticks, stones, bugs, fertilizer in it. Yucky, yuck, yuck. And most coffees are at least 3 months to 2 years old before they're even sold. United States is the only country that accepts rejected coffee beans from other countries. Mickey, Moo Moo, how's your coffee? I know you're a big coffee lady. Anyway, our Coriolis versicolor coffee is called Coriolis Creek. It has immune support benefits of the Coriolis versicolor mushroom. It's 100% vegan, 100% natural, fair trade coffee. It is OCIA certified organic, OK kosher certified. It is SQF level 2 certified, which is a global certification. It's non-GMO. And did I say it was delicious? It is. And let's see. Oh my gosh. And we have a few different blends and we have a decaf. And try our bag and you'll be hooked.
Yep. Yes, you will.
Yes.
And I
so
think we should start.
Go ahead.
I think we should start referring to Diana as Diana Vanna. I love when she holds up the product. Miss Diana Vanna.
Yeah.
So Diana, tell me about nutrition and minerals.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, great job, Kim. And, I do love the stories about the kiddos going to school and not catching everything and bringing everything home because we know school's getting ready to come back in. And Kristen, I know you're a mom and I'm sure you remember the days when the kids would come home and then the whole house would be sick. We have hundreds of testimonials of people telling us that everybody's sick in school and something's going around and their kid didn't get it because they're doing the one gummy or the one cookie a day. So for you grandmas and grandpas out there, grandparents, you want to give your kids a back to school gift. We call it the granny pack. Get the granny pack and give it to your kids and say, give this to my grandbabies so that they don't get sick and bring it home to everybody. So nutrition, we know that a lot of the problem with our animals is nutrition. I'm gonna just break for a second and answer an email. Patriot Nana JB, I love what you wrote. You said, I gave my sister's mushrooms and other information for ovarian cancer. She's a retired nurse at a cancer hospital. So prior to her second chemo last week, she told me her chemo is working and mushrooms are not needed. I wish I could say what I really want to say, but I can't. But when they're in the medical field, that's all they know. And so what you need to do is maybe go back to her and say, I'm so happy that your chemo is working. But please look at the 400 medical studies at mushroomstudies.co. because this can complement your chemotherapy. Go to Sloan Kettering. Use these words because they understand those things. There's 400 medical studies. Go to Sloan Kettering and just Google chemotherapy and the Coriolis versicolor mushroom. Why wouldn't you want to try something that could complement what you're doing? You don't want to get into an argument, but when they're from the medical field, they truly don't know about this. I'm working with a veterinarian right now who I'm so excited. She's crossed the line where she's done with giving everybody all the medications and older dogs. And she's been sending them to me because she's seen such great natural results without the hard effects on the liver and the kidneys. So Patriot Nana JB, don't give up on her. Let her know that this will definitely help complement what she's decided to do. So now nutrition. With our animals, it's really sad. 95% of the dog foods and cat foods are made by the 3 largest candy companies. Let that sink in. The 3 largest candy companies are making 90% of our dog food and cat food. So it's no wonder that we are experiencing high cases of cancer, diabetes, lymphomas, you name it, we're getting it. As a kid, I never knew of a dog that had cancer, let alone diabetes or allergies. And, like Kristen covered all of these amazing products we have, they also are so beneficial for all of these issues we're talking about. So we don't talk about our food very often on our podcast, but we do have incredible cat food. And let me tell you, the cats love this food. It is so amazing. It is a grain-free chicken and salmon meal food. We also have 2 different types of dog food. We have our chicken and brown rice, and then we also have our grain-free chicken and sweet potato. My dog has been on this for 7 years, and he just is in amazing health. Our product is amazing. Our product also has prebiotics, probiotics, and taurine. It also is denser, so you feed less. So if you go onto the website, thetruthseekers88pets.com, you will see our dog food. And you might look at the price and you might think, oh, that's a little bit expensive. But you have to look at the feeding schedule. Because if you want to compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges, you have to look at the feeding schedule. We feed less. What does less food mean? Less poop? Yeah, less poop. So you want to make sure that you're looking, plus the fact that we have the taurine and we have the prebiotics and probiotics in the food, you're getting one heck of a deal. If you sign up for our Smart Ship, you get shipping at $10 a bag. I love that because I say to myself all the time, for $10 a bag, I don't have to go to the grocery store, pick it up, put it in my cart, take it to the scanner, pick it up, scan it over the scanner, put it back in my cart, take it to my car, pick it up, put it in my trunk, get home, pick it up, take it into the house. I'm exhausted. For $10, it comes to my front door. So when you're thinking about a good quality food made for all ages, our food's amazing. But then we have the freeze-dried. Oh my goodness. Our freeze-dried food for dogs, 1 pound makes 4 pounds, and for cats. I always have this cute little story of this guy who came home and he smelled something on the countertop, and he goes, "Oh, that smells good. Is that dinner?" And she said, "No, I'm hydrating the dog's food." And he goes, "Well, what are we eating?" She said, "It's in the pot over there." He goes, "It doesn't smell as good." This food, it smells so amazing. We top Cody's food with the freeze dried. Cody eats the sweet potato food, and then we top it with the freeze dried. And when we're stirring it up and letting it hydrate, he is dancing around. He's so excited because he can smell it. And then he licks the spoon. It's the funniest thing. He licks the spoon, and then we put it down for him, and he just loves it. But it also has the Coriolis versicolor mushroom in it, and it has antler powder. So why do you need antler powder? That's our next topic. We're going to talk a little bit about minerals. When the dogs and cats and animals were, before they were domesticated, they were out foraging for their own food. They were digging in the ground. They were eating tree bark. They were eating carcasses. They were licking rocks, eating dirt. We've domesticated them. We've brought them indoors, and we've controlled their diet. Mineral deficiencies very, very big in our dogs. Now, I get calls all the time of people saying, my dog's licking his feet and he won't stop. Well, first thing you want to do is smell the feet. If the feet smell like Fritos, go on and Google, what do I do for a yeast infection? It's real easy. It's a little bit of apple cider vinegar and water, and it's real easy to get rid of. But then it could have just become a habit. And then we need to talk about the chill doggies and that habit in a minute. But if it doesn't smell like Fritos, more than likely they're trying to get something off their paws that they walked on the ground, the minerals that are in the ground, and they are looking for those minerals. Why do dogs need minerals? Dogs need minerals because it supports their joints, their kidneys, their skin, their heart. And if you have a dog that's been on a lot of medications, obviously the liver and kidneys have taken a little bit of a hit. So you do want to make sure you're giving your dogs minerals. So how do we do that? Well, we have this wonderful antler. Look at this beautiful antler. These are natural shed antlers. Okay, Kristen, we're going to make Kristen laugh. Kristen didn't know that these were naturally shed and that they just fell off deer. And she was like, wait, what? They just fall off? And they...
That's crazy that they just fall off and then whole new ones grow every single year.
I know, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. It is kind of, it's God's miracle, right? That's like, there's miracles all the time, like the birth of the baby, like the antlers falling off and growing right back. It's like, that's a miracle. So what is in here? This is amazing bone marrow, and it's so good for them to get these minerals from that bone marrow. However, if you're going to the box store and you're buying these there, they've probably been bleached, painted. They're probably a C or D grade. They look chalky and cracked. That's not good. You want to make sure that you're getting grade A or grade B antlers. We also have a little hemp rope antler toy so they can play with this, and if they eat it, no big deal. It just digests. And then, of course, you have this. Now, for the kitty cats, we also have them in a biscuit. If you don't want to give your pet the antlers, you can give them a biscuit. They're called Bucky Bites. And this is so good for their mineral deficiencies that they can have. And then, we haven't forgot the cat people. People always say, oh, you forgot the kitty people. Look at this, how cute. It's called a nipster. And it's a little bell and a little hemp rope. Oh my gosh, the cats love them. But this is the really fun part about it. It comes in a bag with fresh, amazing catnip in it. So you can put this back in the bag, shake it up, and refresh it and make the cats just go crazy because they love that catnip. Now, I'm going to answer a quick question, and I'm going to talk about chill doggies, and then I'm going to end up with the body balm. I'm taking 3 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. I've had 20 lesions in my brain. They are not showing up on my scan.
Ooh.
Wow. I'm fighting stage 4 and winning. I do have other natural products, and I drink Kagan water. You know what? You are doing everything right. God is good. Wow. I love these testimonials. That is so great. I'm going to screenshot that because I just love seeing these kind of testimonials. Got it. Thank you so much for that one. Wow. I saw that. It just took my breath away, so I had to stop. All right. So we're going to just close a little bit talking about chill doggies and talking about our body balm. So chill doggies for cognitive issues in our dogs, for calming. It has catnip, which calms a dog, not a cat. It also has the wonderful rosemary and some other lemon balm, some other great calming herbs, as well as the cognitive issue of the lion's mane. So chill doggies, they do exactly what they say. They chill the doggy. And I love that we've had so many incredible testimonials from the 4th of July. And now people are using them for other things. We have one woman whose dog would just walk into the living room and stand there and just look at nothing. And they said, we really thought he was just confused. Like, we were looking at him thinking he's like out of his mind, right? He's confused. They started him on a half a chill doggy in the morning, half a chill doggy at night. He's not doing it anymore. Like they said, he seems to be a little revitalized. So again, the lion's mane mushroom has amazing nerve and brain support for humans and for our animals. And then the Pet Balm Body Balm. A lot of people have been emailing me saying they can't find it on the website. You're right. It's not there. It's in a secret place. If you want the Pet Balm or the Body Balm, you have to go into the Smart Ship section, and on the drop down under Edit Smart Ship, you will find it. If you need help, email me at thetruthseekers88pets@gmail.com, and I'll help you. My skin is amazing because of this. I just went to my 49-year reunion and everybody was like, what are you doing? Have you had work done? What are you doing? Your skin looks great. And I was like, I had like 5 bottles with me. I sold all 5 of them. People were like so excited to get it. It has the reishi mushroom, which has anti-aging proven properties, age reversal. It also has some hemp oil and some lemon balm, arrowroot, shea butter, so many great things. But we also have it for the dogs, for their little feet and their little noses and hot spots. So don't forget about our Pet Balm and our Body Balm. And that's pretty much like our whole lineup of product. We would love to take some questions. So Sheepdog, if you want to put them up, we'll take them. But in closing, helping animals live longer is our mission. We want 1 million voices. If anyone wants to join us on this mission, I'd love to send you some information. It's a great way to feel like you have a purpose and also help support, your animal cause. We're disrupting the pet industry, guys. We're doing things different, and we just want to be there to help and be a voice for those that don't have a voice. So, Kristen, you want to take this one?
Yeah, what we recommend every pet, every person, every day should be on at least on the Coriolis versicolor mushroom, which is that green bottle there. Especially any upper respiratory issues. I myself used to take an allergy medicine every single day, take an allergy pill. And I haven't taken one in over 6 years since I've been taking that green bottle there, because your own immune system actually fights colds. It fights off viruses. It fights off allergies and rebalances everything. So I definitely recommend the green bottle. We usually recommend 1 capsule for every 50 pounds just for general well-being and normal maintenance. However, if you are dealing with something like that, I do recommend doubling it, so that your immune system has that little bit of extra support while it's fighting something specific. And then once it's resolved, then you can just go back down to the normal amount.
My sinuses are better too.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get bronchitis every year, and it was a yearly event, and I'd be down for just a couple days, but then I would have this horrific cough for weeks. I haven't had bronchitis in 7 years. And I really didn't remember it until someone said something about it. They said, you used to get bronchitis all the time. Have you had it? I'm like, wait, no, I haven't had it for 7 years. So yeah, 5 years. Someone just asked if the dry food is to be mixed with water. No, the dry food can be just given dry if you want. It's the freeze dried food that you have to mix and hydrate with water.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Any other questions out there? Oh, Buttercup is fake. So here's the thing. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Yeah. If Buttercup isn't happy, we can just have Buttercup email our brand at our Pet Club 24/7 support, and they will give Buttercup the money back.
Oh, he's going to love one.
Yeah.
We just
our food's pretty popular. I've not seen I have not seen many returns at all for animals. Cats are the ones that are the finickiest. We know that. So someone is saying she drinks water a few minutes after eating that. Well, that's a natural thing. And Kristen has always talked about, when we give our dogs dry food, if you're giving them a food that has a lot of fillers and then they go and they chug their water, then their belly literally swells. So you want to make sure that you're looking at your food, drop it in a cup of water and see if it swells up. If it swells up, then you're feeding a food that is tons of fillers in it, which is not really good for their little belly.
Yeah.
That's why they don't charge as much. That's a bunch of junk.
That's true. It's filled with fillers. And, if you watch the documentary Petfold, Fooled, Petfold. It's an incredible documentary on the how we've been fooled with the dog foods, and it's a cutthroat, competitive, complicated industry that just fights for shelf space and profit margins, and not necessarily for the health of our animal. Kristen, AFib. Any ideas of what to do for AFib?
You know, we have to find out what's causing the irregular heartbeats, and the immune system usually knows what's wrong or what's off in the body. And so anyone dealing with any type of cardiovascular or heart issues, I recommend the Coriolis versicolor mushroom, so the immune system can go in and start repairing whatever needs to be repaired. That's the green bottle. Along with that, you could also take the orange bottle, which is the Enforce Shield. That's really helpful for the shiitake mushrooms, really helpful for cardiovascular support. And you don't need to take a lot of those, you know, maybe just 2 a day. And just getting that extra support into your body can be really helpful for you. That's what I would take if I were dealing with that.
You know, I love that our mission is to not mask things like most medications do. Our mission is to find out what the problem is and then go in and give the immune system the support so it can just naturally fix it. What was you saying that you said? If it's not from, what would you say? If it's not from nature, don't take it. What is it?
If nature didn't make it, don't take it.
Okay, we need T-shirts. We need T-shirts that say that. And they're not healers, they're dealers.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Do we see any other questions there? I'm looking right now.
The other one.
Mickey Mimo, how are you doing? We think about you a lot. We know that you've gone so much with losing your little baby, but all things considered, you gave that little baby a fantastic life. Can you cure a heart murmur in dogs? Okay, so we don't cure anything. But as Kristen just said, the immune system is so amazing and can go in and repair and replenish and rebuild. And the heart is just like everything in the body. It can be repaired. It can be rebuilt. So yeah, you know, putting the dog on the mush ponies, mush puppies, super sauce, you can definitely create a difference in that animal.
And if with a heart murmur, any type of heart or any organ really related issues, I do recommend the special sauce specifically because those additional minerals will help with the health of those organs.
Yes, that's very true. Yeah. Yes. Buttercup is on the Sequoia chicken and pumpkin. Oh my gosh. You know, my dog loves this. And the only reason that I started adding the freeze dried is because we travel a lot in our RV and this is so much more convenient. But I didn't want to change him totally. But the combination of the two, oh my gosh. Mealtime around here is actually showtime. My dog's literally dancing on 2 legs, literally. I've got videos of it. You've seen it, right, Kristen?
Girl, he'll do it. Yeah, he loves it.
And when you take the spoon and go, here, lick the spoon. He licks the spoon. It's hysterical. Yeah. My husband says, gosh, you know, you're a really good cook, Diana, but when I give Cody his food, he dances and spins around. When you give me food, I don't do that. Like, all right.
Oh, thank you, Mickey Moo Moo. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of the support and encouragement that people have been giving me. It really, really means a lot. And I'm so grateful to be here with you guys.
We're grateful you are here.
Oh my gosh, you're not kidding.
Yes.
By the grace of God. And you know, we have taken a portions of the sales from some of our podcaster platforms and donated to Fernando and Jennifer, the Human Trafficking, Anti-Trafficking Bureau. You know, after experiencing what Kristen experienced and realizing what a big problem this is, you know, we wanted to give back a little bit. And I'm excited because we've donated a lot of food products and things for their upcoming silent auction. So we're excited about that.
Hi, Glendia. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you for all your help with Scruffy. That's awesome.
Scruffy's a great name. Yeah. So, also, guys, whenever you have a testimonial of what's going on with your pet, I'm seeing quite a few of them in here, or a human, please send them to us, because when we share these testimonials, they literally, they warm our heart, but they also give a story for someone else to tell. It's going to be much easier for the gal whose sister is going through stage 4 cancer to tell my story than it is going to be for her to say, oh, you should take this mushroom. So when we have a story to tell, it's really, really good. I'm going to try the the 15 month for lily pad. Oh my gosh. So I have to tell you, we also have canned food. I didn't show the canned food's amazing. My sister's cat, when we first started on the Sequoia and the super sauce, was a little reluctant because it was something new. And I think it was because the mushroom was a different smell than what the cat was used to. And mushrooms just aren't something they're like used to smelling. And the first few days, the cat literally threw it off the counter, just threw it. And my sister called me and said, well, what's up with this? And so I said, let's just don't feed him anything else tonight. Put it back up tomorrow, put another fresh bowl. Well, the third day that she threw it, my sister called me and said, okay, I can't afford this. My cat's just throwing the food and the dogs are eating it. And I said, just give it time. Well, the fourth day, the cat started picking at it. And I have to tell you, I saw the cat last week. I have never seen the cat look more beautiful. It's probably like 2 years now on the food. And the coat is stunning. And she literally, when my sister gets this bag out, she literally is meowing and talking like crazy, like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So, yeah, I think you'll see the cat. Might take a little bit of time to get used to it, but they'll love it. Yeah, Lily Pad's a cute name. All right. Do we have any other questions out there? Again, I want just to encourage all of you to email us at thetruthseekers88pets@gmail and go to the website, thetruthseekers88pets.com, and to see what you can do to support this platform. We appreciate all of you, and we appreciate Mr. and Mrs. Sheepdog. I have to tell you, Mr. Sheepdog, last time we were on, you played that documentary about the dogs. Oh my goodness. I would love to have the link to that. That was just, whew. I tried to share it with a few people. They went on and watched your show and they saw the end of it, but I would love the link if you could post that link. That was amazing. Kristen, you've got to see this. What was it called, Sheepdog? I can't remember the name of it.
I'll have to pull it back up, but it was just talking about the prophecy of the dogs and their time and how important they are in the transition and just basically helping people and tuning in to how they communicate, right?
Yeah,
and
it was really cool.
Yeah,
it was really great. I really appreciated that.
But tonight we have one on horses. I know you have horse products too, right?
Oh, yay.
Oh my gosh, and the horse products. Oh, we have some of the most incredible stories with horses and what has happened when they've gone on our product. I'll share one and then we turn it over to you guys. We had a horse named Odie, and Odie was a mounted patrol officer and was 19 years old, and he had Cushing's. So his gait was off, he wasn't moving real well, and his shed wasn't very good. We started Odie on mush ponies, and 4 days later, I got a call from his owner, Officer Pastore, and he said, "Am I nuts?" He said, "I'm a cop. We don't trust anything. Am I nuts? But is this horse feeling better already?" Like, well, what are you seeing? And he said, his eyes are clear, and he just seems to have more pep in his step. And the cool thing about it was 30 days later, 30 days, Shania Twain came to Las Vegas. She was given 30 horses to choose from for a big commercial going down the Las Vegas Strip. She had this flowing gown. And she chose Odie because he moved so well and looked so good. And I think, wow, 30 days. Look at the transformation. Odie lived another 7 years. Odie was 26 and just had some other issues going on, that he was just not doing well. And so they decided it was time for Odie to go to horsey heaven. But before they gave him a whole bag of mush ponies. He ate the entire bag. He was so happy to have them. It's like he went to horsey heaven with a full belly of mush ponies. So we'd love to see that. Thank you all. We appreciate everything that you guys do for us and the platform that you provide us to share with people what they can do to keep everybody healthier.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you all for coming on and sharing.
Yes, thank you. And we posted that link. It was Edgar Casey's prophecy. I put it in the chat, and Sheepdog just posted it on Rumble too. The link.
I'll grab it out of the chat and send it to you,
Okay.
Diana.
Okay, and happy Rosie 639. All you can do with something like that is just share some of the testimonials. If her dog has Cushing, maybe give her my email. Just ask her to reach out. Sometimes people aren't willing to listen for themselves, but they are for their animals.
So we're not going to keep everybody long, but we do have about a little 10 to about 15-minute presentation on horses, and we're going to end it after that. But
nice.
Kristen, we're glad to have you. We prayed for you. We once we heard what happened, but I'm glad that you listened to that inner voice.
Absolutely.
So
Thank you for your prayers.
all right, here we go.
We yearn for something that's powerful and strong and true and genuine. Everything today seems to be so manipulated and plastic and not honest. Horses, those are honest. These things have a wonderful soul.
They call me the lady with the horses. I like that. I like to be called the horse lady. So when they come running towards me and feel home and feel that I'm a part of the game. I need someone to talk to in the evening. I need somebody to share stuff with. So I talk to my buddies, the horses. I tell them my problems. The ones that wanted to hear me would come and stand close. I think I've always been blessed to have animals in my life. The horses have given us some of the best nature experience and really took us close to the nature. So we have been places we would never been if it was not for the horses. You really feel alive when you're outside.
Just to be on this horse and to feel that lovely motion and just the grass around you and the mountains there, and people just become quiet and they just suck it up. We've become so divorced from the soil and from animals. Get out and get grass between your toes. Get out and be amongst animals. Your spot on the planet becomes more clear when you're out here. Just is magic, and you've got to pinch yourself, you know. It's just good for your soul. Just so good for your insides. There's a little saying, what's on the outside of a horse is good for the inside of man. Let's go. They teach you a lot about yourself, and you really are faced with who you are and what type of person you are. I think they have taught me a lot more patience. They teach you how to stay calm, how to keep your head together.
They say they're stubborn, and I said, yeah, okay, because they're smart. You have to convince them to do what you want to do. Very similar to my personality. I don't want anybody to force me to do something. I want to do it my way.
And I think what they do is they bring you right back to a point where you realize that you're actually just a little human who's lucky enough to be around these wonderful animals. It makes you humble and puts you sort of in your place. Looking after these wonderful, wonderful animals and knowing that I'm giving them a chance at a nice life. It's all worth it. I sometimes sit on that little piece of wood there next to the fence and you watch the horses, and there's so much talking. They don't speak English, but the eyes and the ears and the body posturing and the movement, so there's a lot of communication. You start to read them, and vice versa, they start to read you too.
I think what people miss is that you're not your language. You're not your voice. You're not the words that come out of your mouth. You are more than that. Unfortunately, we've allowed language to get in the way. It's about intuition. It's about knowing that you just trust yourself. That's true communication. We all have the ability to do that. And I think if we have that power, there's so much else out there that we just have to trust. I don't know how many people have had the joy of sitting and listening to a horse eat, because there's nothing else you can do than listen to them eat. Be in the moment. You don't have to have anything. You just have to be to have something. I've learned about joy. It's here. It's deep, deep, deep inside me. That all the crazy moments that we have are moments that you can never, ever replace. Don't race to get to the next point. That's not about the destination. It's about this amazing journey that we call life. If I had to thank the horses in any way for the love and the kindness, it would be from my heart to their heart.
To all of you who have contributed, for those of you who've shared our films, for those of you who have written our comments, this journey is just beginning.
So this is from Reflections of Life. Horses are our silent teachers of unconditional love. Same thing with dogs, right? They have healing powers. There we go.
Do you know the healing powers of horses? These majestic creatures aren't just beautiful. They're powerful partners in recovery. Horses help individuals with disabilities regain strength and confidence through their gentle touch and steady presence. They provide a calming energy that helps soothe the mind and body, making a real difference for those with post-traumatic stress disorder. For children with autism, horses improve communication and social skills, creating a safe, non-judgmental space. Horses also reduce stress and anxiety, offering a profound impact on our overall well-being. So the next time you see a horse, remember their incredible healing abilities. They are not just beautiful creatures. They are invaluable companions in recovery. Share this video with fellow horse lovers and those who
And there you go. Hope everybody enjoyed that. We're going to cut it short for the night. Not short, but we're going to get out of here and get back to our animals because they're in the background making noises.
I always love hearing them shake their heads and
And I love that video on the horses. We have a friend that owns a thing called the Y Ranch, and she brings inner city children and children with autism to the ranch, and miracles happen every time. It's amazing.
yes, horses are very intuitive also and can do a lot of healing for us people.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a couple of horses here. Well, we probably have about 10 horses on our street.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not ours, but our
Hold on,
neighbors.
internet's probably.
Is there a horse on your street that's particularly suffering or in bad shape? I would love to sponsor that horse and get that horse some product. So if you can let me know, I'd really appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah, I let my dogs go up and talk to them.
Yeah.
Well, my biggest one, she thinks she's the horse. She's the size of a horse until she's next to a horse, and then she realizes she's just a little dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little dogs just don't, they don't, and especially the tiny ones, they have such attitude. You know, Mickey Moo Moo says that she wishes she wasn't as scared of horses. I'm afraid of horses. And I've had to learn. I mean, I have just a huge respect for how big they are and massive they are. But I was also a little afraid of them until I started getting around them a little bit more. But I'm still pretty cautious. So Mickey Moo Moo, I totally understand that one.
Yeah, they can sense when you're scared of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and they'll react. So
You can't fool them.
yeah. But yeah, they are a little intimidating looking, right? You get on there, but I got on one when I was little, and I was scared, and it knew it, and it kicked me off. And it took me a long time to be able to get back on one. But I went to New Mexico, and they had where you could go up the trail with them, And it was so beautiful. We saw it. It was so nice. But I really would like to do that again.
Yeah, walk your neighborhood, and if there's a horse that you think is particularly in distress, let me know. I would love to sponsor that horse. We have just seen miraculous turnarounds with our Mush Ponies product.
Okay.
And,
we sure
and that's
will.
so surprising that those four little cookies can do so much.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we'll tell them about it.
Yeah, we stop and visit every time when they're not in their in the stalls, because they can walk in and out of the stalls. They're usually hanging out by the road under a tree, and then I'll call them over, and then I'll let my Gracie go up, and they'll look eye to eye and smell each other, and then we continue our walk. We come back and then we visit them again, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's becoming a routine.
Awesome.
It's your own horse therapy.
Yeah, they have I forget what it's called, but they use the horses to heal people. They say they put out really strong energies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can help autistic kids a lot too.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard that. Yes.
Well,
PTSD, possibly even some of the veterans with PTSD, or even anyone that's been through any traumatic situation, right?
yes.
Can help.
I can understand it. I'd love to have one myself.
Yeah, me too.
Well, thank you guys for coming on, the ladies.
Thank you.
Yes,
Look
thank
forward
you.
to seeing you guys again, and you'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Same time, same channel.
Yes, you got it.
We just
Hopefully
pray
we'll
that
have some more testimonials by then.
Yes,
Yes.
you all, the viewers, you send your testimonies in. We love to watch them, see them.
I want to thank everybody for their support and continued support. While we have one of our own down for the count for a minute, he'll be right back, and we pray that he's back in time to do it the next show with the pet ladies. So
Yes.
I'll speak that into the ether, and we'll see y'all tomorrow night, 24 hours from now.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.
Oh, sorry about the .com. I don't know what happened with the .com. I got put everything in as was emailed to me. Sometimes StreamYard does that. I don't understand what the deal is, but
It should upload.
we should be good tomorrow. But I do apologize. The technical issues with that. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Night.
Seen 1,000 faces on my little screen. Stories that made me cry, laugh, and dream. Mama selling crafts, dancers on the porch, truth seekers lighting up like a holy torch. From far